The World Bank has cut its growth forecasts in nearly 70% of all economies, with trade frictions and policy uncertainty notably linked to U.S. tariffs expected to drive global growth down this year to its slowest pace since 2008 outside of outright global recessions.
세계은행이 전 세계 경제 주체의 약 70%에 대해 올해 성장률 전망치를 하향 조정한 가운데 미국의 관세 전쟁으로 촉발된 무역 관련 긴장과 정책의 불확실성으로 인해 올해 경제 성장률은 2008년 글로벌 경기 침체 이후 최저치를 기록할 것으로 보입니다. Alright, so not a good year it looks like ahead.
Yeah, the forecast certainly not what we'd like to see from an economic standpoint. When it comes to global expansion, this total is projected to slow to 2.3% in 2025. That's nearly a half a percentage point lower than the rate expected at the start of this year when they came out with the original forecasts. And the forecast for the next 2 years, if they materialize as they're projecting or expecting, then the average global growth in the first 7 years of the 2020s would be the slowest of any decade since the 1960s.
My goodness.
Yeah.
올해 경제 성장률이 좀 저조할 것이다라는 전망이 계속해서 나오고 있습니다. 연초에 나왔던 전망치보다도 지금 이제 업데이트된 전망치가 더 낮아요. 그렇다고 해서 경제 위기, 글로벌 파이낸셜 크라이시스를 겪을 정도는 아니지만 그래도 2008년 이후 상당히 낮은 수준이 될 것이다. 이런 얘기가 나오고 있습니다. So let's have a look at two expressions here. The first one is because of trade frictions.
So friction is essentially just the rubbing of two things.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is you can imagine if it's your skin and sandpaper that's rubbing, then that's not very comfortable. And that's sort of the image that you want with friction is when you have friction between two people or between two countries or friction between something, then it's generally talking about something that's not very pleasant,
Right.
something that makes people uncomfortable or, just something that's annoying perhaps.
Yeah. Ice rinks have no friction.
Less friction.
Less friction, I guess. Yeah. And then, as you said, something that's a little more coarse, there's more friction there. 마찰이에요, 마찰. friction이라고 합니다. 자, 그 다음에는 이제 2008년 이후 거의 최저치의 그런 경제 성장률을 전 세계가 기록할 거라고는 했지만 But, it's outside of outright global recessions. 그렇다고 해서 완전 무슨 세계 금융 위기가 닥칠 그런 수준은 아니라는 얘기예요. So what's an outright recession?
So if something is outright, then it would be completely or full blown, like absolute. So it's something that's just kind of more extreme or full and complete.
그래요. outright 스펠링 알려주시겠어요?
O-U-T-R-I-G-H-T. And although it's 2 words, out and right, it's actually 1 word in this particular case.
네, outright라는 거는요. 대놓고 노골적이다 아니면 완전 뭐뭐뭐라는 의미로도 쓸 수 있습니다. 예를 들자면은 he outright refused to help me. So he didn't beat around the bush and say, I'm a bit busy, sorry. He just said, no, I can't help you. 대놓고, 난 못 도와줘. He outright refused to help me. 아니면은, she outright laughed at my idea. 그러니까 그거를 이제 우회적으로 하지 않는 거예요. It just went, ha ha ha, that's so silly. Or, that's so stupid. 이런 식으로 대놓고 했을 때. 아니면은, they told an outright lie.
Yeah.
누가 봐도 그냥 완전 거짓말을 했다. 그런 게 outright인데요. outright global recession은 아니라는 얘기입니다. outside of an outright global recession. 자, 다시 한번 제가 읽어볼게요. The World Bank has cut its growth forecasts in nearly 70% of all economies, with trade frictions and policy uncertainty notably linked to US tariffs expected to drive global growth down this year to its slowest pace since 2008, outside of outright global recessions. Let's move on to the next headline.
NASA scientists have successfully analyzed the first images from its CODEX instrument, revealing the speed and temperature of material flowing from the sun and offering fresh insights into its corona or outer atmosphere.
미국 항공우주국 나사 과학자들이 한국천문연구원과 공동 개발한 태양 코로나 그래프 CODEX의 첫 관측 이미지를 성공적으로 분석했습니다. 이로써 이 코로나의 온도와 속도 정보를 파악함에 따라 태양 외부 대기에 대한 새로운 통찰을 얻을 수 있게 됐습니다. Now, just to note, the corona we're talking about here is not the coronavirus.
No. No. Although the concept of why it's called that is similar, but yeah, it's completely different. The corona is like the layer on the edge of the sun. So when you look at the sun, maybe through clouds, then you can see that it's a complete circle.
Yeah.
But if you look at it just in normal daylight, then you'll notice that there's kind of like a fuzz on the outside. So that's the corona.
Corona means crown, and that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
그래요. 코로나라는 단어 자체는 왕관이라는 의미가 있어요. 그래서 그 왕관 모양을 지칭하는 겁니다. 지금 얘기하고 있는 거는 태양의 외부 대기. 이게 이제 코로나 모양이거든요. 그래서 언급되는 corona. Tell us more.
Yeah, so the CODEX, or Coronal Diagnostic Experiment, as it's called, the instrument, it's located on the International Space Station, and it is a coronagraph. So it's basically measuring the corona. And through that, they're going to measure the speed as well as the temperature of solar winds, to essentially so that we can better understand the sun.
Yeah.
And something that I did not know about this is that the CODEX is a collaboration between NASA Goddard Space Flight Center and the Korea Astronomy and Space Science Institute, KASI.
맞습니다. 한국천문연구원과 나사가 공동 연구 또 공동 개발한 그런 CODEX라고 하는데요. 코로나 그래프예요. 여기서 이거를 인스트루먼트라고 표현하고 있는데 악기가 인스트루먼트죠. 피아노, 첼로, 바이올린 이런 것도 인스트루먼트지만 I don't think we're talking about music here.
No, not exactly. Although you can understand it in the physical sense that it is usually something that you can hold or use in order to measure things or to make your life easier in other ways. So in the same way that instruments are used to play music, codex instruments or other instruments are things that we use for other purposes.
오케이. 자, 인스트루먼트라는 게 여기서는 계기라는 뜻입니다. 기계, 계기, 뭐 그런 도구라는 의미가 되겠죠.
Yeah, like your cell phone or hand phone, it would be a communication instrument.
Yeah, sure. What's a fresh insight?
Okay, so let's look at insight first.
Okay.
Insight, you could be something that you have vision into or sight, right? Like you can see something that perhaps other people can't. So the average population, they can only see a box from the outside, but you can imagine, well, I can look inside the box to get a different perspective or understanding or perhaps more added information as to what everyone else has. I have a little bit more vision or information. So when we're talking about fresh insight, we're talking about something new that has come along to give us a better understanding of things that we didn't see before.
Yeah, exactly. 새로운 어떤 뭐 시각이라든지 통찰 이런 거를 fresh insight라고 하죠. So getting a new person on the team can, give us a fresh insight.
It's like a different opinion.
Yeah.
That, I never thought of that. Oh, well, you're not from where I am, where I learned it this way. And, it's a different perspective.
Yes, definitely. 자, 그러면은 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. NASA scientists have successfully analyzed the first images from its CODEX instrument, revealing the speed and temperature of material flowing from the sun and offering fresh insights into its corona or outer atmosphere. Let's move on to the final headline.
Hollywood actor Tom Cruise has been awarded the Guinness World Record for the most burning parachute jumps by an individual, having completed 16 daring jumps for the latest installment of the Mission Impossible franchise.
헐리우드 배우 톰 크루즈가 영화 미션 임퍼서블 시리즈의 최신작을 촬영하면서 불붙은 낙하산을 메고 뛰어내리는 위험한 시도를 16차례나 해내 이 붐은 최다 기록으로 기네스북에 올랐습니다. First of all, I'm surprised they have a Guinness category where you're supposed to jump with a burning parachute.
Yeah, I think it might have been a bit of a publicity ploy to give attention to the movie, especially just as it's being released and people can, oh, what? Oh, so let's put it in the news and stuff. I don't know if somebody's going to look at that and say, I want to beat that record by burning a parachute on a jump 17 times. So, yeah, it might be just something that they're using for publicity.
Yeah. All right. So it's very daring, isn't it?
Yeah, something that's daring is dangerous. It's something that has a little bit of risk involved with it. And yeah, you know, we have like a word that we'll say, especially as kids, right? Well, there's something that we'll say like, I dare you to do that. And usually when we say, I dare you to do that, then the thing that you're telling them to do is usually seen as a little bit dangerous or risky.
I dare you to do something은 너 이거 못할 것 같은데 한번 뭐 할 수 있겠어? 해봐라고 하는 느낌의 말이긴 한데요. 그냥 단순히 뭔가를 하는 게 아니라 굉장히 무섭거나 굉장히 어려운 무언가를 도전하게끔 할 때 I dare you. For example, let's say I dare you to go and ask her out. 가서 쟤한테 사귀자고 말해봐. 이거 조금 떨리잖아요.
Yeah.
무섭고 이건 아니면은 I don't know. I dare you to just stand up in class and sing a song. 뭔가 dare라는 게 그런
Yeah.
좀
You're
굉장히
asking someone to do something that is either dangerous or very uncomfortable, something that a typical person wouldn't want to do.
그렇죠.
Yeah.
보통 하지 않는 거를 이제 해보라고 그런 좀 용기와 모험심이 필요한 뭔가를 해보라고 할 때 I dare you blah 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 이렇게 하면 되고요. Daring stunt, a very daring stunt라는 것은 여기서 톰 크루즈가 했던 아주 대담하고 좀 위험한 스턴트를 얘기하고 있습니다. 저도 영화를 사실 봤어요. 근데 이렇게 16번씩이나 촬영을 했는지는 몰랐지만 와, 한 번 하는 거 봤을 때도 정말 거의 이렇게 you know, I was biting my nails 굉장히 떨렸었는데 와, 굉장히 많이 촬영을 했었네요. 많이 이렇게 뛰어내리고 와, 인스톨먼트는 뭘까요?
An installment is a part of a series. So if it's just one movie, Mission Impossible, then it's not really an installment. But because there have been, oh God, what is it now? 7 or 8 Mission Impossible
exactly,
movies. I think it's like 7 or 8.
Okay.
So this is one installment of the series. So it's part of the package. Usually when you're borrowing money from a bank or things like that, then you'll pay back that money in monthly installments. So there's a certain amount that you're going to pay each month to pay the complete amount, but you're paying it part by part.
할부로 뭔가 계산을 할 때요. Pay in installments라고 하고요. 영화 얘기를 할 때는 installment가 뭐 몇 편 아니면은 뭐 1회분 이런 뜻인데 이번이 제가 알기로는 Mission Impossible 마지막 편으로 알고 있거든요. Is it?
Okay, so, you know, I've been fooled on this before because it says The Final Reckoning, and I haven't seen the movie, but sometimes they'll make a title like that to make it sound like this is going to be the last one because it says The Final Reckoning. It gives it that feel, but it might have been something in the movie that was a final reckoning. Like, as an example, like Indiana Jones' Last Crusade,
Right.
you know, it kind of implies that this is like his last crusade, but at the same time, it was a part of the crusade. Like, it fit the theme of the movie. in the title. Or like, I remember when Arnold Schwarzenegger came out with his last action hero movie. I was like, what? This is going to be his last action hero movie? But it was just kind of like the way that of what the film was about was that, that it's hard to explain, but it was something that was a little bit deceiving, a bit of a red herring. So I do wonder if this actually is, or if it's just kind of made to make you think that it is.
I think it is. I think he has said in interviews that it is his final one. And having watched the movie, and I don't want to give out any spoilers because it's still showing right now, I think you get the feeling as soon as you start watching the movie that it is the final. But nonetheless, I hadn't watched 2 onwards. Mission Impossible 1 is the only one I watched, and then I hadn't watched any of the others. But still, it was perfectly fine. I could understand the plot, and I enjoyed it. It was very scary at certain points. Not scary, but I was worried for Tom Cruise.
Yeah, suspenseful. It
Very
keeps you on the
suspenseful.
edge of your seat.
Yes, I was so worried he would get hurt. But of course, it's Tom Cruise. 자, 그러면 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. Hollywood actor Tom Cruise has been awarded the Guinness World Record for the most burning parachute jumps by an individual, having completed 16 daring jumps for the latest installment of the Mission Impossible franchise.